what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Death Valley, the tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Here's Underwood. Throws to the tight end. Working the middle. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Just going to keep it after the snap. Could be an alley. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number.
Goes high to pull it in. Touchdown, Michigan. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. What a quick start for this offense, putting up points on the first drive.
And that's got to feel good, Reese. You've been practicing all week. You've been practicing against the looks you were anticipating to see from this defense. You get those looks, you're able to come out, you run the ball, you throw the ball, and this offense right now is in a groove early.
Forced out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, and that's the kind of play that can really get a drive going. The handoff to Johnson. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Making side adjustments here. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Shoots it to the left. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. Gets it out of there for the first time today, and didn't see much of him in that loss a week ago. Called on just once. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So here comes the Michigan offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Underwood finds the tight end. And he got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll move the wide receiver. To throw, it's Underwood. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on 3rd down. Quarterback will keep it. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback making checks. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Gets it out quickly. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quick handoff. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires one deep over the middle. It's caught! And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He'll pull it down and run. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Second down coming up. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on second down. The throw to the outside is complete. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tigers trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. From the gun. Bringing the heat. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up third down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Fourth and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying out there. A gutsy move by this ball club. Quarterback may change this route. He wants to throw it. Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Makes it past the marker. Maybe a crease. They knock him down after an explosive play, and it was all because of the perfectly timed pitch. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Quickly to the tight end. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Rushes on him. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And they don't get their hands on the ball often, but how about the big defensive line? When they do, it's fun to watch. It might take a while, Jesse, but he started to move that thing down the field.
He sure did. He just reminds everybody he's an athlete, too. This guy had some big-time moments in high school on the offensive side of the football, and he's living on defense in college. That's where he's going to make his money at the next level, but that was an unbelievably athletic play.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run it. It's Johnson. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Got his man downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Marshall. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Just needs a crack to get a return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And
Makes the grab and room to run. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Soft spot in the middle. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got some room, it was over. Looking for the time with the extra point. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Coming out with it, it's Chambers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. That is the senior tight end who's shaken up. We'll have Holly Rowe check on him. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick. The offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Underwood. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward when that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Underwood in the gun on third down. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. He got it back toward the end zone.
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
And he puts through the extra point. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Here's Underwood to throw. He's got his man across the middle. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Skips away from pressure. Hit as he throws. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
From the gun, running back gets to give. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Clemson calls it second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. The throw. Got his man on the right. And he's got plenty for the first down, and now they'll have a chance to get their thoughts together coming out of a 2-minute timeout. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. The give on the inside. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Underwood from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
Then he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The lone back's got it. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Second down, they'll go to the air. Complete to the left. Sprinting away. And he scores! Touchdown, Tigers.
And when you have so many playmakers on offense like they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Underwood. Under fire. Makes the catch. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defense.
Caught, and he's got room. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
The Wolverines come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. Now the Tigers will take their final timeout of the half. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. He wants to go deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, this offense has come out lighting it up, throwing the football. They've had a lot of success. They found guys wide open. They've been able to make contested catches, too. Finally, though, the defense right there able to go up and compete for a ball and not get incomplete. Can that give them the confidence they need here to slow this passing game down for the rest of the game?
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Back has it. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Corners are going to bail. Throwing, Underwood. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
And week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with Florida Atlantic taking on the number 23 team, the Duke Blue Devils. And it's the Florida Atlantic Hours in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone-booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Johnson. Fighting off the defender. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Sunbelt.
solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw, it's Denson. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And
time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback, do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Second down, he'll throw it. Throws it deep. Makes a deep grab.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires left. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's caught downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Going for 6. Touchdown, Tigers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. What a game he's had. 3rd touchdown of this one and 5 on the season. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to... Oh, he's got some space. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. They're going to ride this running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
and it'll be down right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Got enough for the first. At the 35, he's open. Off to the races to the right. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
What a big-time run. He's still running. Over 90 yards. That's one of those when you're running to the end zone, you're looking behind you, you're looking on the Jumbotron to see if anybody's going to catch it, and nobody's going to catch him on that huge touchdown run.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Here's Underwood to throw. Looking left. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have some...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on fourth. He goes down immediately, but boy, he knew where he was on the field, just enough to pick up the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. Again, it's Underwood, right down the middle. He's got it. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Underwood. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. This time it's complete. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Bryce Underwood to the air again. It's complete to the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Motion from the back. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He's got him. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Wolverines are facing 3rd and inches. Looking to throw again. Fires it. He's open on the right. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They go play action, Bryce Underwood. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Again, it's Underwood. Gets it to the back. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Escapes the pressure to his right. Into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
And the defense wins that battle, and not surprisingly, they're paying attention. Like, you kind of want to peep over there when the guy already has 3 touchdowns on the day. They're in tune. They know where the football's going. Nice job playing better coverage on a guy that, quite honestly, has dominated this football game.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Unloads to the right. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Underwood. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. From the red zone, it's Davidson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll give it to Johnson. Might have it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game spot.
That's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, isn't it? Come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
Out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Back to throw, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the Wolverines come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. To the air on first down. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Back to pass on second down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
He finds a soft spot in the middle. He finds his way out to the 13-yard line, and they're out of trouble with a first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive, though. Get the momentum started in your direction.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Finds his man. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting.
Intercepted, number 19. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. So here comes the Michigan offense. The door looked slammed shut in this one, but that last interception, maybe just the slightest crack in opening here. Wants to throw. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He's got it way down the field. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
That pass is incomplete.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
This defense has just had this QB's number all game long. Where you're in the fourth quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way